Hello and welcome back. I can't believe I'm doing this. I've been bullied into this one, to be honest with you. I'm watching a guy called Kyriakos Grizzly. I know basically nothing about this guy. I think I once posted some videos of his muscle snatches on the Weightlifting House news show. Other than that, I have no idea. And when anyone ever comments that I need to do something about this guy, it gets tons of upvotes. So here I am. All right, Lord have mercy, here we go. I figure what I'll do is I'll just put on his most popular videos and watch them. And am I supposed to assume that he's a weightlifter? And if he is, what could he do as a weightlifter? Or am I just supposed to marvel at his mass? Let's see. Right, how much does he weigh? 212? 212.2. I mean, Lasher weighs 175. Heaviest weightlifter all time, I believe, was Chingiz, and he was like 190? Something like that. Andre Chamerkin obviously was about 185. We've never had a weightlifter over 200. Look at the guy in the back. Okay, so at this point I'm kind of wondering what type of athlete is he. He looks too short to be a good strongman. He could be a power lifter and just have an amazing press and amazing squat. Or maybe he dabbles in Highland Games with all of this high rep explosive stuff. He's going to be gassed after this, surely. Lowest side kick of all time. Okay, here's some actual lifting. What is that? 45 a side, 90 plus the easy curls, probably about 10, 100 kilos. That's ridiculous. This guy's absolutely insane. I mean, he probably has... I mean, I've not seen him try to snatch and clean and jerk. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Sometimes you get kind of surprised when you see a big guy. It turns out they can actually move. But he's freakishly strong. I'd love to see him try a snatch or a clean and jerk at some point. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 150, 300... 320, 340. Is that 340? I mean, he's just using so much momentum. Not that that's not impressive. That's impressive. Like, just the fact that it would cut off all of my blood flow, that's one thing. And it's heavy. But still, okay, if this is a 20 kilo bar, it'd be 150, so this is 140. I mean, he's a big lad, isn't he? I think if you put him next to Chingiz, he would almost dwarf Chingiz, which is saying something. Wow. But why does he do so much of these easy curl, close grip upright rows? Is that one of his things? Alright, 250. Is he going to squat? Or just shrug? Nice. Oh, come on. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 175, 350, 370, add 80, 370, 450. Is this 470? The range of motion. I mean, it is amazing. Like, it's one of those things where you look at it and it's ridiculous. And you're wondering how much of a positive adaptation that's actually causing. Okay. But you can only do it if you're strong. That's what I'm trying to say. Is this an exercise? What's happening? Okay, that was great. I want to see him do some, like, snatch, clean and jerk type stuff, if he's got any of that, to actually see if he had... I mean, obviously he has no potential really to be a weightlifter because you have to have done it from such a young age. You can't just build up strength and not build up alongside it the skill acquisition that takes, you know, well over a decade to truly create. But let's just imagine if he had that, like, what could his strength do? 200 by 14, wow. Oh, he's lost weight. That's good. Lots of high pulls. A lot of high pulls. Lots of zerches. Lots of zercher shrugs. 460 kilos? I just want something weightlifting related. I was promised muscle snatches. Alright, I found some videos that are a little bit more weightlifting-y. We've got some squats, we've got some muscle snatches, muscle cleans. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is 320 for 5 sets of 3. 5 sets of 3? No, sorry, 5 sets 5 reps at 320. So to put this into perspective, the other day we saw Lasher do 330 for a double, 325 for a triple, pretty quick, all the way down. I don't imagine that this Grizzly guy is going to go quite as deep, just based on that low bar setup. And yeah, so I guess not. It's touch and go. Keeping the tension on the legs the whole time. I mean, like, he's clearly very strong. But he's not as strong as the top weightlifter. It's like, you compare the strength, at least in the lower body, like, you compare that to someone like Aishiro Murakami or Mart Saim or Lasher or basically all good super heavies, and the weightlifters squat way more. They probably don't squat like Zercher Shrug as much. Let's see what else he's done. Okay, so we've got 8 by 145 kilo muscle clean. I love the way that he trains, and he's going off blocks. What a workout. Let's see. I mean, this is actually really amazing if you can do this. He's got a great rack position, I will give him that. To be fair, it's a better rack position than Andre Chumerkin. Also, even Fernando Reis. Like, I'm not calling you out, Fernando. I know you're watching this. That was a joke. Yeah, I mean, it's technically not a muscle clean. And there are lots of definitions of muscle cleans. The Soviets would just basically say anything that was no hook, no contact, no foot was a muscle clean. These days, it's kind of become almost like parallel with what the muscle snatch is, so it basically means no dipping under. He's dipping under like he's catching it with a flex knee position, if we have a look here. There you go, like he extended with the knees and he dropped down slightly. It's still very impressive. I guess he can't get into a rack because he's got straps on as well. Oh, that was 8. Okay, 460 kilo Zercher shrugs for set 5. Can you imagine having that in the program? 5 RM Zercher shrug. It's like, coach, please. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 350 again. Add the bar. 370. Add 80. 450. Oh, so the other one we watched was maybe more. Oh. It's not what I thought. Wait, did the plates actually come off? I mean, frame by frame. Okay, it gets a bit of clearance. But like he's gradually lifting more and more weight as the range of motion, which is already minimal, becomes even more minimal. Still freakishly strong, but just, I mean, this guy is surely a meme. Like the way that he trains. It has to have been memed at this point. 130 kilos by 6 muscle snatch. If he does this, I'll be really impressed. And then we can have a real conversation about if he had the technical proficiency of a weightlifter. Wow. Oh, and it's a real muscle snatch. It's not under and press. It's like elbows always keep going up. Bear in mind, we saw Lasher do 150. I've seen him do... Wait, what was that? I've seen Lasher triple 130. He tripled 135 the other day at Europeans. I've seen him single 140 many times. But I've never seen him do a set of 6 with anything close to this. Oh, that wasn't a full rep. But that was. Oh, I guess he redoes it. That's impressive. Okay, so Grizzly's not a weightlifter. He's got an extraordinarily strong upper body, like upper back in particular is incredible. I guess he tends to train things at sort of end range of motions, like his squats are, you know, maybe a third or half of the way deep. He's doing all of these kind of shrugs, but he's clearly very strong. If he was fully developed, like in the same way that someone like Lasher was, and he had the technical proficiency that someone like Lasher has, which obviously he doesn't have, so this is a ridiculous thing to say, and it discredits everything that Lasher has ever done, because what is so impressive about Lasher is the fact that he moves so well. So you can't just say, imagine if this guy had that, because it's like saying, imagine if someone who's really weak who moves well had the strength that Lasher had. It just doesn't work like that. But if he did, I mean, he wouldn't not snatch 200 kilos, would he? Like, if he knew how to lift and he'd been lifting for a long time. You can't muscle snatch 130 for 6 and then not snatch 200 kilos, because he can muscle snatch 160, presumably. If you can muscle snatch 160, even with the worst technique, you can power snatch 180 and you can full snatch 200. Like, really. I mean, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is just high pull. This is a weightlifting exercise. That's kind of like Klokov doing trapeze. Gosh, that man is so sweaty. He has so much surface area. I mean, at this point, when you do this many reps, it's kind of just not even kind of applicable to weightlifting. But it's impressive. Let's move on. 180 strict press from pins. It's hard to tell when someone is that big. Are they like... It's almost an incline bench, but is that just because they're so barrel-chested it looks like that? Or has he just got crazy arch? It's kind of hard to know, but there's definitely a little bit of chest going on in there, let's be honest. That's amazing. And it even said Grizzly on his belt. Did you see that? Not quite as cool, but almost as cool as Jurek Vardanian, the late, great Jurek Vardanian, writing 180 plus 220 equals 400 on his belt, and then going out there as an 82 kilo lifter and finally breaking 400 kilos. Something that no one these days would be able to do anywhere near at that body weight. That's a really cool story. Okay, so this is the last one. This is the most viewed video that he has. It's got over 7 million views, which is insane.
I know the power of patriarchy. I know what men can do when they're angry.
Oh no. Oh. So this is 360. Wonderful. Yeah, this has nothing to do with weightlifting. I can't even believe this is going up on the Weightlifting House YouTube channel. This is ridiculous. Okay, so, I mean, let's be real. He's hilarious. He's obviously very strong. He's enormous. In terms of his actual strength, it doesn't really... I mean, it sort of doesn't hold a candle to Lasher or someone like Behdad Salimi or Chamerkin or Saeed Ali Husseini, who was arguably the strongest of them all. He just never got to show it. And I'm sure if you compared him to the best powerlifters in the world in that super heavyweight category, like a Ray Williams, Blaine Sumner type person, again, I don't think he'd come anywhere near close. But he just does these such funny, strange exercises that I can see why he's gained this following. 7 million views, that's ridiculous. If he wants to come and try weightlifting, he can. I don't think he's going to pass the drug tests, but he's welcome to come and try. I would love to see him try to snatch. I'd love to see him try to clean and jerk. I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't think he has the mobility based on that back squat. But I would like to see him try. I think if he had good technique, which he doesn't and he won't be able to develop now at that size and at this later date, he probably could be the kind of person who, if he'd trained under the... I don't know where he's from. Somewhere in Eastern Europe, I suppose. If he trained under an Eastern European system, he looks like the kind of guy who would have done, 200... 240. He kind of looks like a bit of a Ruben Alexandrian from Armenia. But he's not... he's never going to beat some of the top people. But yeah, I can see why people like him. Now that I've done that, hopefully I don't ever have to do this again. To all you pure weightlifting fans out there, I'm really sorry. You can catch more reactions over at the Weightlifting House Patreon, along with extra training hall footage, programming, and podcasts. Speak to you all next time.